my balls. Suck my balls.
How would you children like to suck on my chocolate salty balls?
Oh, you mean like a chocolate candy?
No, I mean my balls.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition.
Suck my balls.
Suck my balls.
Okay.
Suck my balls.
Check them.
Suck my balls.
Check my balls.
Suck my balls.
Suck my balls.
We're back.
Suck my balls.
We're back.
Dry.
Suck my balls.
Let go. We're back, ladies and gentlemen,
Suck my balls.
for another edition
My balls.
of SMB.
Suck my
I
balls.
fixed it. A South Park review. it definitely untangled it. I'm your host, Dohfiiin. I can't be beat. I'm a guy who's high. The air is dry. Your boy, MSG. What's up? Like, subscribe, watching it right here on that YouTube. Linktr.ee/SouthParkPod. Ian Colano, how you doing today, bud?
Come on, you skip. We're high, okay? It's okay.
Scoop, motherfreaking Jackson. He's back.
How about?
And of course,
How about?
the man who's the doctor of thugonomics, punkonomics, polyphonics,
Shit, he disappeared.
scooponomics,
Fuck, where'd he go?
and he is the 2022 Red Rocks Day 1 South Park Trivia Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, he's a trivia god! Joe Vernola, how you doing?
I'm okay. You went with the trivia god part really quickly before I could even get the inhale in.
We gotta hold off. We gotta hold off to the trivia part to do that part. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get a little taste, a little ravioli, a little bite, and we'll be back.
Look,
We're back.
it's the free soup and breadsticks.
Free soup. Oh, yeah, all you can eat. Well, it's not the best, but we are the best, or one of the best South Park podcast reviews out there for you. And ladies and gentlemen, we're back for Whale Wars. It's the 11th season of season 13 and the 192nd overall episode of South Park as it first aired on October the 28th, 2009. The main plot line, the single plot line, when you look up this episode, as it indicates, or at least the synopsis, Stan takes action to stop the Japanese from killing the world's whales and dolphins.
Fuck you, Dohfiiin!
And fuck you, whale. So this is how the episode starts off. It's, it's supposed to be a joyous day. It's Stan Marsh's birthday.
Yeah, pretty cool birthday, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, pretty cool birthday, huh, Stan? As they are at the Denver Aquarium. Now, Joe, have you ever been to the Denver Aquarium?
No, but I've heard it's really dope.
Okay.
Fucking go.
I've not been.
Getting all angry over here. Well, Stan
Don't you
and
tell me how to live my fucking life, motherfucker.
Fucking fine, dude. I'm sorry.
Stan and another guest are looking at the dolphins, and Chad, the guide, introduces the dolphins: Trigger, Dolly, and Bubbles. Chad then asks if anyone wants a kiss from the dolphin. Of course, Randy idiotically and immaturely rushes up eagerly to get the kiss. I want to kiss a dolphin, me. And then just as he's about to instruct Randy on how to kiss this dolphin, suddenly a mob of Japanese people appear out of nowhere, and they decide to kill the fucking dolphins.
Alright everyone, welcome to the Dolphin Encounter here at the Denver Aquarium. My name is Chad and I'll be your guide and trainer as you meet these intelligent and truly magical creatures.
Oh, crap.
And here they come. This is Trigger and Dolly. There's Bubbles.
Wow, cool.
Pretty neat birthday, huh, Stan?
Yeah, this is gonna be awesome.
If they come near you, you can touch their backs, just no grabbing, please. What whimsical creatures aren't
No
they?
grab assing.
All the dolphins
What whimsical creatures they are.
Atlantic bottlenose dolphins. Now, who'd like to get a kiss from one?
I would like
Me, I want to kiss it! I want to kiss it! All right.
All
Let's
right,
just get you to put your hands, palms down in the
All
water.
right. Then.
The-
And then, as we mentioned,
What
here
the hell's
come
that?
the Japanese. Fuck you, whale.
Oh no, it's the Japanese!
And she says it like she was expecting it at some point.
She knew it was bound to happen once more.
It's gonna happen.
Joe, what happened
Today
after
was the day.
What happened after that?
After the little girl cries and the Denver Aquarium is laid to waste, we find out that this is going national as we go to the Atlanta Zoo and see that a pod of beluga whales are attacked and killed by the Japanese as well. This is also happening to a dolphin show in Baltimore, where the Japanese attacked, and an orca whale, which is never confirmed but is more than likely Shamu, is killed at SeaWorld by a man running towards him saying, "Fuck a you whale," and stabbing poor Shamu, and it said, as if Shamu didn't have a shitty enough life. Watch Blackfish if you don't believe me. But as if Shamu didn't have a shitty enough life, this guy gets stabbed in the fucking eye by a spear.
Right?
Right in the
That's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy indeed.
So that's cool. None to lose.
Oh, well then go ahead.
Yeah, there's nothing to lose anymore. I don't know how they're standing in
Jessica,
there.
now put your
Those
arms
are
out like
deep.
this.
The Japanese people, they just float.
Great job, Jessica.
They're kicking their feet at a very fast.
That's pretty dark right there, actually. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, that fucked with me. So, as we saw at the end of that clip, we're in Stan's room now. Stan is obviously bummed out about a bunch of dolphins being killed on his fucking birthday. He's had some pretty shitty birthdays. This one may take the cake. Randy tries to console him and then does quite possibly one of the most xenophobic things they've ever done in the show's history and explains the Japanese are not normal people and that they do not like dolphins like Americans who are quote unquote normal people. Randy tries to reassure him by reminding him that he has a t-shirt that says he swam with the dolphins, despite the fact that there's dolphin blood all over the fucking thing. He also has his picture of him frowning next to a dead dolphin with its guts out and everything, with the picture reading, "My new friend."
Yeah, it's
God.
It's pretty fucked up.
Damn it.
It's pretty fucked up.
It is.
All right, so let's jump into that here. Of what happens in this scene when he reminds him, "My new friend." See, there it is, right there.
God.
He's just sitting
You
there.
can see it just cut to shit.
Oh man, it's pretty dark. All right, here we go.
So.
Hey, pal. Sorry your birthday got a little ruined by the Japanese.
Oh, the Japanese.
Dad, why did they do that?
Well, Stan, the Japanese just don't really like dolphins very much. Certainly not as much as us normal people do. But hey, at least you still got your t-shirt. And you always have your neat picture.
That is not a neat picture.
My boyfriend.
Welcome you to this great football matchup
Yeah, I
between
mean,
the Kansas City Chiefs and the
depending
Miami
on who you
Dolphins.
are, that could
We're
be
all
a
set
neat
for
picture.
kickoff and-
Depending on who you are.
Oh, and Dan, it looks
And
like
as we
Japanese
can
people are
see,
now rushing onto the field.
Dolphin Stadium in Miami, the Miami Dolphins
This
are
is
being
not the kind of
killed
thing you want happening
because the
during
Japanese,
This is not a
if
good thing you want to
anything,
have happen
are
right now.
thorough.
Dohfiiin!
And you
I
can-
mean, the Chiefs were gonna kill the Dolphins in that game anyway.
And-
Let's be real.
And you can also see that clip as well again on our TikTok. It's got like 50,000, 60,000 views or something like that. Fuck you, dolphin. Fuck you, whale. Let me go ahead and I'll take over again. The Miami Dolphins, their Kansas City Chiefs, are playing, of course, at Dolphin Stadium when the Japanese attacked and killed the Miami Dolphins. The Six Flags Discovery Kingdom orcas, as well as we saw, and the Dolphins were killed too. And then now we see there's a news report that comes up from the Japanese Prime Minister, Yukio Hatoyama, and he has to say something about it, which was him yelling, "Fuck you, and fuck you, Dolphin," as he raises both middle fingers up to the screen. So let's go to that news report, because that news report is pretty funny.
Japanese today, this time at the Six Flags Discovery Kingdom near San Francisco. Aquariums had been experimenting with methods to keep the Japanese out, but so far nothing seems to stop them. When
So far, nothing
all
seems
of
to
Japan
stop them.
supported the slaughtering of whales and dolphins, the current Prime Minister of Japan, Yukio
Had
Hatoyama, had this to say. Fuck you, Anna, and the fuck you, Dohfiiin!
Fuck you, Dohfiiin!
Like, I love how the defense at Discovery Park looks like something out of Ninja Gaiden or like Sword of Tsushima, where like it was, yeah, it worked in the 1300s, guys. It's not gonna work.
Not gonna work here, ladies and gentlemen. Well, moving on now. So here's what's going on. As you saw, Stan was upset. So Stan visits Kyle, Cartman, and Kenny playing Rock Band. Cartman, of course, is
And
singing.
it's really nice to see Kyle back on the.
It is.
You know, getting back into it.
Yeah, getting back into it, being part of the group. So you see, of course, Cartman singing the song Poker Face with Kenny and Kyle playing back up there on Rock Band. Stan comes in, confronts them over the Japanese killing of the whales and dolphins. Kyle states the Japanese have done it for a long time. And Cartman and Kenny say, "We do not care. Stan, me, and Kenny don't give two shits about stupid ass whales." And Kyle claims
We don't care about that whale.
Sorry. Kyle claims that he hates it, but he cannot do anything about it. And then Stan retorts, "Well, that's an excuse everyone's always used." And as I mentioned, Cartman replies that he is not busy. Him and Kenny just don't give two shits about saving whales and dolphins. Stan claims that when all the whales and dolphins are gone, people are going to wish they'd done something. Cartman, Kyle, and Kenny then look at each other, then resume playing Rock Band. And we're going to go ahead and show that scene. Before we do show that scene, I have to note one thing. If you watch this on YouTube for this specific scene, you're not going to get the whole song, because I can't play the whole song because they'll get hit for copyright. But if you're listening to the podcast, I'm going to play the whole fucking song. Go ahead, Joe.
And YouTube is getting really bad with cutting out audio. I went to watch like a playthrough of No Mercy, like a 20-some-odd-year-old game, completely silent.
Oh, wow, that's horrible. That's not good. So, again, we're going to go ahead and we'll play this next scene. Podcast, if you want the whole song. YouTube, if you're just watching it, we appreciate you watching there, too.
Look, I really think it's time for us to do something. This is all getting way out of hand. What do you mean? The song is sweet.
Yeah,
You don't have the
sweet.
song? I'm talking about the Japanese killing whales and dolphins. Dude, they've been doing that for a long time.
Even Kyle's making sense of
Dude,
this
don't
shit.
you guys care? We have to do something. What are we gonna do, Stan? It's not like we can change the way an entire country thinks. I don't like it, but it's just the way they are. It seems like everyone has an attitude of, that's just the way they are, that's just the way it is. Nobody likes it, but everybody's too busy to do anything about it. I'm not too busy, Stan. You're not? No, I just don't care at all. Kenny, you don't care about whales?
Kenny,
and
you
dolphins
don't
being
care?
Stan, me and Kenny don't give two shits about stupid ass whales.
Stupid ass whale.
No. When all the whales and dolphins in the world are
Whales,
gone,
yeah.
people are gonna wish that at some point they'd taken a little time to care just a little goddamn bit.
All right,
God damn it, I will never not laugh at that.
All right, so as you heard and saw there on partially on YouTube, we were able to play. I probably played a little bit there at the end. I let that slip in because it wasn't too bad, but we definitely did not play the full rendition of Cartman singing it, because that is actually, I believe, a copyrighted song. Like I've been hit for it before on a clip, and it pops up and says South Park Poker Face, and I'm like, oh, okay. Like, damn, they fucking pay for this shit. All right. That being said, continuing on, Butters now, he rolls up and he visits Stan, and who's in his room, and he tells him about a show called Whale Wars. Butters, of course, cannot do anything because he does not have the stuff to do anything. Like, he doesn't have the right stuff.
Well, he's grounded,
yeah,
too.
of course. Stan is, that's right, he is still kind of grounded from Butters' bottom bitch. And of course, but I don't know. Last week he got to be in. He did get to play Triceratops.
But he's always fucking grounded for something.
That's fair. So now we're going to join Stan. The Whale Wars crew are seen claiming that they are badasses, and the Whale Wars ship drives up to a Japanese whaling ship, and of course Stan wonders what they'll do. Paul Watson suggests that they go on the whaling ship and beat themselves up, and then go back to their ship and claim that the Japanese crew did it. A crew member then starts punching himself as a female member says, "Oh no, Luke's been hurt saving whales." Then Watson suggests that shooting him and claiming the Japanese did it to raise an international crisis. Stan is pissed by this, and he's like, dude, no one should have to lie. I thought you guys were badasses. So they start throwing stinky butter at another ship, and then Stan's like, dude, these guys are like covered in fish guts all day long. Do you really think they care if they smell? I'm like, that's valid. And then all of a sudden, Paul Watson, or whatever his name is, he gets shot in the head by a fucking spear.
Skew.
What's it called? Joe?
Harpoon.
Okay, harpoon. I was going to ask the Navy guy.
Yeah.
I was trying to ask the Air Force guy. Come on.
I mean, spear gun, harpoon, it's all the same shit.
There you go. So Paul Watson's dead, his head explodes, and it's at this point Stan pulls out a flare gun, and as I was watching as I was watching this with fucking Scoop, I was like, if video games taught us anything, it's you always fucking shoot for the barrels of fucking TNT that are sitting, or nitrous or something that's sitting there.
When the bad guys are gathered around the barrels of explosives, why not utilize a tool?
I'm gonna shoot that.
Yeah,
Thank you for
I learned that back in the NES.
I'm just saying, that we were taught by video games. If that ever happens, like seriously, if you are an international crime boss and you happen to stumble upon this episode, are you just an avid subscriber? And we thank you, because then I know you're not going to at least kill us because you like the show. Don't put your barrels and explosives all together. That's stupid. Stop doing that, okay? Don't do that. All right, thank you. People will just shoot it. And then
Stop having drug deals at well-traveled ports in the middle of the night.
For real.
That's a fair point, too. That's dumb.
Stupid.
Shipping crate places, they know you're going to go there. Don't do that. What you should do is you need to start getting crafty. Bed Bath & Beyond. Lush. Go to places where you don't think drug dealers are going down.
Bed Bath & Beyond closing down. No, I'm sorry.
All right, maybe not.
No one's going to Oakland A's games anymore. Just leave them.
Well, that might be a little sus, though. If a lot of people showed up, actually, like 50 people showed up today. What the fuck's going on?
Why
drug
are there
dealers.
so many people today?
It's Oakland. They're used to drug dealers. Oh, fuck. We're getting canceled.
Damn. Way to go, Joe.
Pirates of the Caribbean parody song
Definitely
again.
a Japanese boat. Looks like they're whaling now. Oh my god, they're gonna kill those humpbacks!
We gotta do something.
Pull up next to them. The fight is on.
Sweet.
And that's literally all this show was.
Are we ready to do this? Yeah!
Yeah, hell yeah, let's do it.
Are we badasses?
Yeah.
Are we badasses? Yeah! All right, so what do we do? Wait, I know. How about we go on their ship?
All right, I already explained what Paul Watson. I just wanted to pause here so you can see what this guy's face looks like. I already explained what happens. What he wants to do. Let's fast forward here to when after he dies. And actually, you know what? Right here, we should see his head
Pirate
explode.
in a war.
Yeah.
Pirates don't worry about the law. I said you were badasses.
We are. People think our methods are extreme, but we'll keep making their boat stink as long as they're killing whales and dolphins.
And
Japanese are scared of how
Wait
hardcore
for
we
it.
are.
he's dead.
God.
They technically did kill a whale.
What do we do? Oh my god,
just
oh my
saying.
god, he's okay.
Just saying.
That's kind of fucked up.
I'm just saying. And then, of course, as I said, mention Stan if any video games have taught us anything. You shoot for where the barrels of explosives are. Fuel storage. Yeah, we put it all together. Stop putting it all together.
I I know it's convenient, but fuck.
Stop putting it all together.
He knows to go to the first crate he can find, and there will be weapons. You saw the first aid kit right next to it.
Dude, like literally, that's a great point. We didn't even point that out. He did.
The first aid kit.
He went to the loot crate. He found a loot crate. He found his fucking flare gun and shot it. That was some Resident Evil bullshit right there. Actually, that's what that was. That was some Resident Evil 1 bullshit right there. Find the flare gun and shoot it at the explosives to kill the zombies.
It worked, didn't it?
It did work. It did work.
Shit.
So now that the fat guy died, Stan becomes the captain of Whale Wars, and Entertainment Weekly has a front page article of Whale Wars claiming that things actually happen now. Whale Wars, things are getting better. The crew of Sea Shepherd is then seen employing more violent methods of stopping the Japanese. While this is going on, Cartman is singing Poker Face by Lady Gaga in the background. We see Daily Variety is then seen with the front page, Whale Wars ratings skyrocket with the new caption, not a fat little liar, an old one, like the old one. And there's an orca then seen again with the same little girl and a trainer seen earlier doing the same trick, but this time we see Stan and the other Whale Wars crew standing guard. People Magazine is then seen with their front cover, Whale Wars new cast member turns vegan pussies into actual pirates, with a 19-page exclusive article.
Vegan pussy.
And of course, Stan and his crew are then seen standing in front of SeaWorld with a covered-up statue. And then they show a Godzilla, the Japanese are like barreling toward them, and then Stan's like, wait for it, and then he uncovers the statue to show that it's Godzilla, and it freaks out all of the Japanese Godzilla people. All right, so we explained it to you for the podcast. We're going to play the song because I want to play the montage. I don't want to talk about it. Again, if you're watching this on YouTube, I can't play this full montage because it's copyright, but we're going to play it right now on the podcast.
You know, I just
fuck
totally...
you, Google, and fuck you, YouTube. Sorry.
I just figured out why Godzilla and everything was such a scary thing. Japan's an island, isn't it?
Yeah.
And shit coming out of the sea is pretty fucking terrifying when you live like
That's
that.
a good point. Yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah, it's 6 main islands and like a bunch of other little ones.
Okay.
Like Hawaii.
Like Hawaii.
Or Hawaii.
Hawaii. We in Hawaii.
I'm a Howley.
We in Hawaii.
I'm a Howley. I don't know how to say it.
So if you listen to that on a podcast, we hope you enjoyed that. Back to the episode now. If you listen to the podcast, and I'll explain, right there at the end of the montage, the Japanese leader's prime minister looks at a newspaper article that basically showcases Stan sinking in other ships that says that they're fighting back, and this pisses off the Japanese prime minister as he crumples up the newspaper. All right, so now the Whale Wars crew is then seen on Larry King Live. Rest in peace. Larry King, I don't know. Was Larry King a good guy?
He was a damn good journalist.
Journalist.
He's probably kind of a womanizer. I
kind
can't
of a
really
womanizer.
think of any like scandals or anything like that. He wasn't like
he just liked to get his dick wet. He just liked to get his dick wet.
Yeah,
you got to be kind of gritty to be a great journalist. You know, you got to be a little gritty.
Yeah.
Little.
You're a little gritty.
A little against the grain.
How about that? Thurston?
he was a Dodgers fan, so he could have chosen a better baseball.
No, he chose a great team.
He could have chose a better team.
He chose a great team.
Could chose
Larry King, rest in peace. KCal 5, Larry King. KCal 9. Jello's jiggling, rest in peace, Chick Hearn. Anyway, the Whale Wars crew, seen on Larry King Live now, asks Stan what his motivation was, only to have Stan reply that he does not care for the TV show, only that he's trying to save some goddamn whales. Larry, though, continues to ask Stan why he made such an awesome show. Stan maintains that he just wants to show that you could stop Japanese people if you have some balls. The female crew member then says, I've got balls. And the man is then seen who declares that Stan's methods are unethical. He apparently is a liberal hippie douche guy, one of those. Larry then and the man argue over the show about the fact that this is not the proper way to go TV show. You have to go through writers and producers, and this is not what the show was pitched when it was really set forth on the network. And at this point, Stan snaps and says, I don't give a shit about this. I got to go take care of some whales. So he leaves.
Gotta get back to work.
You got to get back to work. So we'll show a little bit of Stan on Larry King Live with the lady who says, I've got balls, which in 2023 is acceptable.
From killing dolphins and whales.
Once you became captain, the methods used to stop the Japanese definitely became more aggressive.
How did
Was
his
that
mic
the key
pick
to
him
help
up from all the
boost
way
your
over there?
ratings?
Condenser mic. It's kind of like
No,
this.
I don't care about
Can
the
be
show.
that far
We're
away and sound that
pirates.
good?
I just want people to know that you can
You're in
stop
a
the
studio
Japanese if
that's
you have
treated
some real
correctly, yeah.
goddamn balls.
Wow.
I've got balls.
That's cool.
Well, there are many people who see what you're doing as a positive thing, and of course, many that see problems with it. Joining us now is one of those people, and you say Stan's methods are unethical. Larry, you can't just go out and take matters into your own
Liberal
hands
douche,
like
liberal
this.
hippie douche guy.
If
Almost
you
looks
want
like
a
him.
hit TV show, you have to go through producers, directors, people that are in unions. But Sid, you saw the show before Stan took it over.
Now
You
they
have to
just-
admit
they're
that
gonna
it was
really
nothing but
shit on Paul
incompetent
Watson
vegan
here.
pussies
I
doing
forgot about this.
absolutely nothing and trying to turn it into drama. Yes, but it doesn't justify changing the entire show structure that their old captain had pitched to the network.
Could we please just talk about the actual whaling problem for a second?
But their old captain, Paul Watson, was an unorganized, incompetent media whore who thought lying to everyone was okay as long as it served his cause. Yes, of course,
More or
everyone
less.
knows that.
Yes, of course.
Wow, they really came after him there. They did not fuck around. Okay, so now back in the Sea Shepherd, a background speaker is talking about what will happen this week on Real Whale Wars. A crew member then tells Stan that new members want to join. Guess who wants to join? Why, it's Carbon and Kenny, because Whale Wars has gotten fucking successful, so they want to be on TV. Kenny and Stan tells him, look, if you just admit that you wanted to be on TV, I'll consider it. And Kenny's like, I want to be on TV.
And immediately, I want to be on
And then Carbon's like, I deserve to be on TV. And then all of a sudden, it's at this point, it's at this point a crew member suddenly shouts that the Japanese are spotted, prompting Stan to order all hands on deck. Cartman then jumps in front of the camera going, all right, let's go see those whales. The ship then races toward the Japanese, only for another boat to ram the ship. They discover that the boat is not occupied by the Japanese, but rather by the crew of the show Deadliest Catch. You guys ever watch Deadliest Catch?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That was actually pretty good when it first started. And
Yeah,
then
that show was dope.
yeah. Then some of the captains died, and then
Yeah, one of them had a heart attack and died. Yeah.
one had a blood clot that caused some
Wow.
problems.
That's crazy.
Yeah. There was a couple good captains that went down, and then that's when the show kind of... Isn't there still one captain that's been on it the whole time?
Yeah, the blonde dude. I can't
Yeah.
remember his name now.
The one that shows
Everyone
up
remembers Captain Phil because he died. But
here. Right.
All right, well, here we go.
Wait. Oh, no. What, dude? Oh, what? So now that I have a hit TV show, you guys care about dolphins and whales? We always have. Yeah, totally. I asked you guys to help me and
Dolphin
you said no.
lover.
That's not what we said.
Save the
You said,
whales.
Stan, me
That's
and
not what
Kenny
you said.
don't give two shits about stupid-ass whales. We were talking about whales the country. Look, if you admit that you're only doing this because you want to be on TV, then I'll consider it. Admit you just want to be on TV. I just want to be on TV. Kenny, I deserve to be on TV.
I deserve to be on TV.
Captain, the Japanese have been spotted near buoy 24.
All right, so as we mentioned there, now they jump forward here, and the Deadliest Catch people.
The other boat is from Deadliest Catch, a crab fishing reality show. You think you're so cool, don't you? Your big boat reality show on the block? You're taking away men's livelihoods.
What? You were trying to get to some whales.
You're taking viewers away from our show, you stupid ass.
Your show is fucking gay, dude.
Your show is fucking gay.
So they go back and forth. They go back and forth. The Deadliest Catch people basically block them, and then it ends up getting to a point where they're blocked. They can't save the whales because every time the ship makes a movement, the Deadliest Catch, the smaller ship, blocks them. Now, as I'm telling Scoop this, I'm like, so maybe I'm going to ask you this, Joe, Navy guy. Couldn't the big boat just like go in reverse and then just ram through it? It's a big boat.
I was like,
boats don't go in reverse. I mean, they kind of can, but boats don't really go in reverse.
Oh.
And even if it does try to ram through it, it's still
yeah, it's
going to
Navy
take massive damage to its own hull.
There you go.
It's not.
So
like,
it couldn't snap through that like Grand Theft Auto?
No.
damn, that's not what I thought was going to happen at all.
All right, well, this is
I was
why,
never really
this is
on
why we
boats.
ask a former Navy man, seaman,
was on a boat a handful of times.
You know.
But then when you're on those boats, though, you're like, dude, this boat can fucking do anything. I bring it on, bitch.
This is why.
Except turn on a dime.
Yeah.
Were you like a E5?
Or apparently,
right, Joe? So you're E5.
Apparently
maybe?
reverse.
E4? There you go. E4. That's why you ask an E4, because he'll tell you. All right, well, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, now we can move forward to the next scene here, and this is where I mentioned the guys are talking about how they can't get around this boat. As Joe explained, and me and Scoop did, no, you can't just ram through the boat. So now they're going to hang out here, but then, to their surprise, some friends show up to save the day.
Now you could do it with a plane,
because,
but only once.
we know that every minute we're sitting here stopped.
I don't know. Those Japanese.
Really tough, you know. It's like dedicated all this time and all our lives to saving these majestic creatures.
That's pretty good. I had to think for a second. I had to wait.
Ken's taking his special love. He's always loved dolphins so much that he... Yeah, but keep it in a two-shot, though. Yeah. He's always loved dolphins so much that he would do anything.
Crab fishing reality show is doing just fine.
Yeah, crab!
But for the whale wars,
I love that Carbon knows enough to tell them to go to the two-shot.
Right, exactly. Go to two-shot. So here is now the crab people getting taken away by the whales.
The whales are taking out the crab fisherman reality show.
Now,
They know.
may not know boats, but I know whales. They slam into a boat like that. I don't think they're backing up again. Ram into a boat that hard enough to move it. Yeah. I think that whale split its head or something. Because don't boats have like that?
All right, I have another nautical question. Whales are technically mammals, right? They're like one of the most advanced sea.
They're warm-blooded.
Creatures, blah blah blah. So, like, would it be fair to say, like, if they saw a constant black ship in their waters defending them, that they would defend them? Is that a plausible thing for a whale to do?
I mean, I'm not a marine biologist, but it seems
we need Becker here. God damn it.
plausible. Like,
It does seem
I'm not
plausible.
gonna lie.
They are
I'm
smart.
not gonna be George Costanza here and lie about being a marine biologist.
I feel like his dad or somebody in his
sorry.
family was a marine biologist, right? That's what he was telling us.
But yeah, I think Dane's dead. But I mean, they are smart enough. Like, I've seen like instances
dolphins.
of them like helping people or shit like that. Or, you know, there was that one where the whales fought back and knocked down that tourist boat. Fuck yeah, fight the power.
Get him.
That was definitely them, a South Park parody. They were fighting back. Well, after that scene, Stan eventually does get to the Japanese people, but unfortunately, they're bombed. Because all of a sudden, Japanese fucking suicide bombers, B whatever planes, come on, you're the Air Force guy. What kind of thing are they?
I don't remember what the Japanese ones were.
They're kamikazes, Japanese Zeros.
The Zeros, that's right.
Okay.
I remember the P-52 Mustangs.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. See, I'm trying to help you guys, set you guys up. Use your flex your knowledge here. I don't know shit.
Though they tried to make the kamikazes as a myth. They tried to make it a myth, but there was plenty that survived and came out and they're like, yeah, I was a kamikaze pilot and I missed. Could you imagine the dishonor? It was like, you can't go back and be like, yeah, I missed.
I am not part of
It was like a huge dishonor to go back. Like,
Yeah,
you were like,
you were either gonna have to commit haikiri, I think it is.
Harikari.
Seppuku.
And they had like a whole ritual where they drank their last thing of sake and everything, and then there was a royal send off for them. They weren't supposed to come back.
Well, following this, all these Japanese bombers bomb the ship and everybody dies except for Stan, Peony, and Carbon. But they're abducted and picked up by the Japanese Prime Minister and his guys and thrown in prison. So we'll jump in there, and this is where we're going to see Carbon. Well, I'm in Japanese prison now. Yeah, I'm in Japanese prison now. Yeah.
Well, I'm in Japanese prison, love.
Yeah.
Japanese prison got me down. Said I'm in Japanese prison, lord. Don't be long here, my eyes are round.
Wow!
Oh, I'm sorry.
Fuck.
Am I making things uncomfortable for you, Stan?
Would you like to comment there?
I don't belong here. My eyes are round. Holy fucking shit.
They're everywhere.
Oh, wow. I did. That's a Harold and Kumar reference. Yeah. No, I didn't even think about the lines. Again, I'm in Japanese prison law. Oh, my eyes are. Wow, it's pretty bad. You're right. Okay, so.
I don't belong here. My eyes are round. Jesus.
All right, now, so here's what happens. The Japanese prime minister guy comes up and basically asks him, why are you killing them? And Stan's like, 98% of the people think whaling's horrible. And then he's going to take them through a history on the Hiroshima bomb that dropped.
Hiroshima were just minding their own business when out of nowhere, a flash devastated them all. Women and children who died in the flash simply evaporated. Those left alive suffered the worst pain of all. Burns, radiation poisoning. For generations, the radiation affected the victims. Japanese babies born without rims, without eyes.
Fuck. God damn it, Carmen.
Right. Well, and I mean, this is the kid that was inspired by a video of Hitler on Halloween.
Look,
yeah, it's true.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it. What everybody's thinking, who's American. Look, if you hadn't fucked with us, that wouldn't have happened. I'm not trying to be a dick.
That's not quite where I was gonna go with it. I'll let you finish.
If you hadn't fucked with us in the 40s, that wouldn't have happened. Now, I'm not saying that would happen now because everybody's got nukes, or at least lots of major powers got nukes, so it probably wouldn't happen now. But back then, you fucked with us, and we exerted our power. Was it right? No. But at the same time, a bunch of people died at Pearl Harbor. A bunch of ships blew up. Made a movie. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but it wasn't two fucking cities.
It wasn't two cities, you're right.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Look.
And it wasn't a couple 100,000 civilians. It was 3,000 sailors, which huge loss of life.
Look, if we compare,
but that's what we signed up for. We signed up to die so you wouldn't. And then we killed a bunch. Like, I've always hated what we did to Nagasaki.
No, I think that's bad. But
and Hiroshima.
But if you think of it like a TV show, if we're going to think of it like a movie, like if, you know how like when you're watching like one of those crazy like sci-fi or magic shows, and then like they finally make the big god bleed or something, and then he brings down the wrath of God. That's kind of like what America did. They kind of brought down the wrath of God onto fucking Japan, unfortunately.
The wrath of
I'm not
man.
saying it was right. I'm just saying that's what happens.
The wrath of man.
That's what happens. I'm not saying it's right.
The
I don't know.
God,
the one thing I have issue with in that scene is Emperor Akihito said Hiroshima was just minding its own business, when that is absolutely not true.
They were warned.
Hiroshima was targeted because it was such a industrial. It was a big part of the war effort and everything. Like there was a lot of war industry going on there. So it wasn't, oh, let's just pick this random city. They picked an industry. They were basically trying to cut off a supply, which is
their major factories, all their major factories.
Yeah, exactly.
I have a follow-up question.
And they had there was pilots that flew over and dumped thousands and thousands and thousands of flyers warning them of their intimate demise.
Yeah, Joe, I have a follow-up question. Do you know how long like there was like a because we're talking about this, like how long there was like a sanction in which like the Japanese couldn't have a military after like the completion of World War II or whatever it was?
It wasn't as bad as what they did to Germany.
They still don't. They legally still don't.
No, they still legally do not have a military force. What they have is a self-defense force. They have a maritime self-defense force and a
which is no joke.
Yeah, it's
they're no
the
joke. Japanese is
Japanese
no joke.
maritime self-defense force, and then the Japanese self-defense force. So, like, they don't have a military per se, but they have a military. Like,
that's why I asked you.
Yeah.
I'm still kind of just waiting for that shoe to drop where they're like, all right, time to say fuck you, America!
So, it's at this point after Emperor Akihito finishes off his story. He mentions that 140,000 people died, and they never forgave the things that drove Enola Gay that dropped the atom bomb, showing that the pilot and the co-pilot were a battle-nosed dolphin and an orca, explaining that, of course, the Americans gave them the picture, and the Japanese were so grateful that they ended the World War II the next day. Joe, you had something to say there, it looks like.
Yeah, no, you already brought it up, like, because it was like the CIA gave them the picture.
Yeah, exactly.
You got.
So then Japan from then on has been killing all the whales and dolphins, which is, of course, they're satirizing the fact that at the time, and still now, I mean, they've done multiple documentaries as far as you talk about the Japanese maritime industry. It's fucking one of the most dark, black markets when it comes to fucking fish in the world, right?
Shark fin soup.
Everything is just...
And it's disgusting.
And they fucking, like, you want to talk... Like, people are so mad in America about GMOs. There's literally, like, GMOs of fish going on. And, like, it's documented. You can watch movies on it. And, like, nobody's doing anything.
Chickens. GMO chickens.
I mean, let's not even get started on the seal clubbing going on in the Baltics.
So it's at this point that Japan has been killing all those whales and dolphins. So Stan's about to tell them that they did, and the car's like, whoa, Stan, reminding them that telling them the Americans, of course, did it, or like they're killing all the people that did this. They're not going to stop. So Stan then, of course, Kyle and has Kyle help him create a brand new picture showing that it's not whales and dolphins, that it was a cow
and
a chicken.
Cow and a chicken.
Where did you get that picture?
The Americans were nice enough to give it to us the day after the bombing. We were so thankful for the picture that the next day we ended our war with America. We will never forgive. Never rest until they are all wiped out. Fuck you. Fuck you, dolphin and whale!
That's what this has all been about. Dude, it actually wasn't a dolphin and a whale who bombed Hiroshima. It was the... Dude, they won't rest until whoever's responsible...
Fuck you, dolphin and the whale!
Right. Look, I think I can make everything okay here. Can I just use a phone?
So now he calls Kyle. Kyle's gonna doctor some Photoshop shit.
Stan?
And he shows him cow and chicken.
And the cow? Chicken and the cow? Chicken and the cow use a poor dolphin and whale as a scapegoat. This is outrage!
And then this is how the episode wraps up. It wraps up now with the Japanese people showing up and killing these cows, which Randy tells Stan, good job, Stan. Now they're just like the rest of us.
Fuck you!
And then the chickens, that's right.
I mean, they could just cut the chickens' heads off and eat the chickens. You know, same with the cows, kill them easy.
Great job, son. Now the Japanese are normal like us.
Of course, that is a satirization on the fact that Americans eat a lot of cow and chicken. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back on the other side with some trivia, pop culture, and more. We'll be right back.
Right back.
Subscribe to Suck My Balls, a South Park review on Spotify, Apple's, iTunes, anywhere you want to download a podcast. Just type that in, subscribe to our feed, and you'll get the latest, greatest episode each and every week. You can also listen to us on YouTube and go back and watch some videos or any of our library. It's all there. Suck My Balls, South Park review.
Suck my
Welcome back on the other side. Shout out to our sponsors there, provided by Spreaker. Of course, as I mentioned, please download the Spreaker app. If you download the Spreaker app and you listen to the show that way, we actually get like 10 to 20% more of the ad revenue. So I appreciate that. But if you're also listening on Spotify, Apple, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, or any of your favorite podcast catchers, we appreciate you there. Download, hit that share, hit that like, heart, whatever button they've got on that platform. Hit that like and subscribe button though, if you're watching right here on YouTube. Linktr.ee/SouthParkPod's our landing page. You want to go there? It's got everything. Then I don't have to read all the stuff to you. Joe is back, ladies and gentlemen. This man is the 2022 Red Rocks Day 1 South Park Trivia Champion. Day 1. He is a trivia god. Joe Vernello, take us away.
The Japanese men frequently shout Iruka, which is Japanese for dolphin. Japanese Prime Minister Hatoyama shouts Nippan no Gaijin Kuso Tabiru na, meaning eat shit foreigner. Or foreigner eat shit, excuse me. The aircraft in the kamikaze scene, as we stated earlier, are Mitsubishi A6M-0s with Nakajima B5N torpedo bombers, aka Kates, in the background. Even though Paul Watson, the captain of the Sea Shepherd, and the star of Whale Wars, is in fact Canadian, he is not portrayed with two halved heads as Canadians are usually seen.
And that's back-to-back episodes because last week they didn't show Edge with the up and down flappy mouth.
Right. Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
Wow.
Kyle.
How'd they fuck that up?
Yep. Kyle stay. Oh, dude, it would have been so funny if Edge had two heads. Fuck, they missed a golden opportunity there. Fuck. Kyle states that it would be hard to change how an entire country views something when discussing the Japanese with their views on dolphins with Stan. Ironically, Kyle did just that earlier in the series in the Wacky Molestation Adventure.
Joe Vernola. Shout out to Dane Becker, who's not here. He's gonna read some pop culture. Go for it.
Well, first off, let me check something real quick. This originally came out in March of... Anyway, let's move on. Eric Cartman sings the hip-hop song Poker Face by Lady Gaga, which he uses to insult Stan and his whale-saving mission by changing the lyrics. This, in turn, inspired a release of the Carbon version as DLC about a year or so later on Rock Band. The reality TV series shows Whale Wars and Deadliest Catch are shown to be rivals fighting each other and not just competing shows in real life. When the Whale Wars intro is first shown, the side of the Sea Shepherd has the code TK421, which is a reference to Star Wars.
Alright, that'd be good.
The Whale Wars crew use a model of Godzilla to scare off the Japanese. The word the Japanese yell is Gojira, which is Japanese for Godzilla. This model is based off the 2004 Godzilla from Godzilla Final Wars, with the green color of Godzilla 2000 and Godzilla vs. Megaguirus.
Godzilla 2000 is horrible. Don't watch that ever, please.
Yeah, don't ever. Yeah.
I watched all of them. Suck it.
Okay, I mean, it's still a bad movie.
I didn't say it wasn't.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, so did I, and I will still never watch 2000 again. The Deadliest, unless you want to do a riff on it, that'd be great.
Yeah,
the
I'd love to
Deadliest
riff on
Catch boat.
All right.
The deadliest catch boat that appears and tries to block the whaleboat is the FB Northwestern with the captain I was trying to think of earlier, Sig Hansen, and his crew. In real life, Deadliest Catch had several members die over the course of the show due to the real life dangers of crab fishing. In a bit of irony, while whalers constantly act like their lives are actually at stake, no one died during filming. When the Japanese killed the dolphins in the Baltimore Aquarium, a person with yellow spiked hair that resembles Bart Simpson's from Cartoon Wars can be seen in the crowd.
There we go. Pop culture. Trivia. Scoop? Shin Pokemon information references? Because I think there was some more continuity there, buddy. What do you got?
In Shin Pokemon, the Japanese under Emperor Hirohito wanted to avenge their defeat in World War II by perpetuating another Pearl Harbor attack. But here, under Emperor Akito, they are grateful for learning that a whale and dolphin were responsible for the bombing of Hiroshima. Stan was about to tell them the truth, but Cartman reminded him that the Japanese were out to annihilate anyone responsible for that bombing.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's your trivia, that's your pop culture, your continuity. Joe, what'd you like about this episode?
There's a lot to like about it. But right. I will just simply say that Cartman singing Poker Face has gotta be one of the top, like, just snippets or small moments in the series history.
Scoop, time to shine. What did you like about this episode? Break it down.
Do we have time to break everything down about it? No. Especially the Poker Face, like everything Joe just said.
You said one thing about Poker Face, but go ahead.
Well,
what did you like?
Pretty much the whole episode.
Okay.
You know?
You don't want, there's nothing specifically that you liked?
When Cartman and Kenny are crying and the pan out, make sure you get to it. And Stan trying to get them to admit that they just want to be on TV, and Kenny just immediately doing it.
I got one more thing.
The way Larry dies. Writing it down. Yeah,
the way friggin' homeboy dies.
Paul,
I do have one. Yeah, Paul Watson. I do have one thing. Yeah, I do have one thing I'd like to add, and if it steps on what you were about to say, Matt, I'm really sorry.
Just go for it.
There are several instances during the episode where it just points out the ignorance and arrogance and just overall boorishness, of Americans when they're now they're normal, just like us, Stan, and the I got round eyes, shouldn't be here. Just it's like really kind of low key snuck in there with Cartman. It was very overtly done with Randy, but like they sneak it in with Cartman.
Good points. I mean, I think the Poker Face song is definitely, a top song. I think the phrase "fuck you, Dolphin," and the "fuck you, Will," I think is probably used a lot by South Park fans. We've got back-to-back episodes where Kenny was showcased more. WTF, he actually died in that episode, El Pollo Loco. And then he is in this episode, and he gets to be part of the Whale War stuff as well. So some more Kenny stuff. So I overall did like this show. I did like this episode. This is one of my all-time favorite seasons, as I've said, season 13. So as the season continues on, the episodes just continue to get better and better. So ladies and gentlemen,
get my buzz.
That's gonna do it.
Get my buzz.
For another edition of SMB, a South Park review. We'll be back. Coming back again next week for more South Park information. That's going to make your face laugh. It's going to make your heart filled with love, soul. Joe, anything you want to promote before we go today?
October 15th on the Fight app, Primo's Premier Pro Wrestling presents Carnival and the world famous cease and desist gimmick infringement battle royal. That'll be Sunday, October 15th, live at the Roxy Theater in 5 Points, Denver, or as I said on the Fight app if you can't get here to Denver. That is pretty much it for the month of October. Things are trying to slow down a bit. If you're in downtown Denver, keep your ears to the street around Day of the Dead, though.
All right. Well, of course, shout out to our boy, Dane Becker. Go check out godosomething.net. I think that's his website. Editing, videos. I'm not sure DCW is on hold right now, but I'm sure you can go to their YouTube, check out their stuff. Wrestling business is always fickle, so I don't know what's going on, but you can go check that out and catch up on some of the... United Wrestling Network's always live. In fact, if you're in Arizona and you're listening to this, if you check out, I think it's Sunday night, 7 o'clock on Arizona 3, United Wrestling Network Championship Wrestling from Hollywood is there as well. They locked that deal in this year. So nice. Go check that out. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna do it for another edition of SMB, a South Park review. We'll be back next week for the F word. Yes. We're gonna change the definition of what FAG means. When those stupid goddamn Harley bike riders come to town. We'll see you next week on another edition of SMB, a South Park review.